started selling the program at £200. I was running everything myself. It was all just a mess. I was making around 5,000 monthly. And then my first month with Sui, I managed to do 41,000 with about 50,000 revenue.
And that's the thing, right? You charge higher, you attract better clients, you make more money, and you actually work less. That first week, I think you collected like 10K or something like that, just off the cash injection series.
I was stuck at making 1K, 5K, 10K. I was never scaling up, essentially.
The entire business is relying on you, and if you're not putting in the inputs, then, it's just, well, what can you do at that point? And so it's just the beginning. 3K was just a jump that you needed to make, and now that you broke past that limiting belief that you couldn't charge that much, then we're just going to keep on increasing it until our closing rate's around 40%. Yo, what's going on, guys? Hope all of y'all are doing well. So in this video, I have a special guest where we're going to be going over Patrick's case study and how he actually scaled up his coaching business. And for those that don't know, Patrick, go ahead and introduce yourself and a bit of what you do.
Yeah, so I'm Patrick. I run an Amazon FBA mentoring program, and I'm excited to make this little video, this little interview.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And kind of talk to them about what was your monthly rep before actually working together, and then what was it after?
So when I started, I was making around 5,000 monthly. And then I think my first month with Sui, I managed to do 41,000 with about 50,000 revenue. So it's absolutely insane.
Insane.
Took me from down, took me up.
Literally 8x increase. So I had to do an interview. You left me no choice. I had to do an interview. And Patrick actually came first in new rev in our program. He got AirPods Pro. We're going to ship it out to him like literally right after this. So I'm very, very excited to kind of dive deep into how you were actually able to do it, so you can kind of share with others how they can actually succeed with their coaching business and everything. So yeah, bro. I mean, obviously you were stuck at 5 to 10K. You weren't stuck fully at 5K. You did some months where you did around 8, 10K as well. What were the problems you were facing?
The thing for me was the systems I had in place. I was running everything myself. It was all just a mess, and a lot of it, like the marketing and the right structure to everything, I just didn't know any of that. I think joining with you, it really opened my mind to noticing where I was going wrong. And I was doing well for like the normal person, obviously, but I saw no growth month after month. And then obviously starting with you, I mean, I can't be happy with the results from it. So
I feel you, bro. I feel you. And how long were you stuck below that 10K per month mark?
About 6 months, literally. 6 months. Some months I wouldn't even get any people joining. Some months I'd have a good month, make 10,000, but it just wasn't consistent at all. I didn't see, it going far or anything like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like a lot of the times, like you're just a one-man show, you're doing everything, and if you don't have the time, or let's say your FBA business, your actual Amazon FBA business is taking up a lot of your time, then you can't fully, commit to it. You like the entire business is relying on you, and if you're not putting in the inputs, then it's just, well, what can you do at that point? And so I think you coming to us, needing the systems was just a perfect fit. I remember our first call. It was so funny. You talked to me and I asked you about your systems and what you had going on. Did you have a VSL? Did you have setters? Did you have any scripts, SOPs? You had nothing, right?
I started running everything myself. Just like, I was doing everything from the top of my head as well. I didn't even have a calendar.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a calendar.
You didn't even have a calendar. It was so funny. I asked him his entire thing, and he was just like, he'd FaceTime them, he'd meet them in person, and it worked, right? You were making 5 to 10K, but I guess setting up the calendar, setting up those systems, and tracking every single lead with the CRM and everything just helped you actually manage and be able to pinpoint what problems you had,
Yeah, I think another big thing is the way to approach, prospects, because I was just going from the top of my head. I didn't have like a discovery call in place, things like that, or like an offer sheet. Even like the small things that you've made me realize is like so minor. I didn't have any of that, but it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, exactly. But when you go into the sales call and you kind of know how to create that gap, you know what questions to ask. You're probably just telling them about the offer straight away, right? In your sales calls.
Yeah, I didn't do anything with a one-man team.
Yeah. You told me your systems. I was like, okay, this guy might be. He will be a huge case study. And here we are 30 days later with this interview. So it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. What was obviously like you joined, right? What was your goal? Like, what did you actually want to achieve with this program? And what was the mark that you set for yourself?
Well, I think the big thing, the reason I started the mentoring is I just want to help as many people as possible, really. It all started from helping my mates and so on. And then, you know, as I started doing it, obviously I saw an opportunity to do well for myself with it as well. And then, you know, I just wanted to take it further. I even wanted my offer to be better for everyone else on the program, and, you know, just kind of get that following higher and just help as many people as possible. Because I think a lot of programs out there, they don't offer what they say they offer, or things like that. But, you know, people like me and you, we offer the right things. So
for sure. Did you have like a financial goal you wanted to hit, or like implement this type of systems and kind of just have more structure in your business, or any specific goals that you wanted to hit that you were able to actually
I think
manage?
The structure was a huge thing for me. Obviously, I would have been happy with 20,000 a month if it was consistent. I mean, we've thrown that out the park. We're doing 40 to 50,000 in the first month, which is insane.
I feel that, bro. And what did you actually try in the past when you were on your own, obviously for the 6 months? You definitely tried to scale past 10K or maintain, you know, that 5-figure mark consistently, right? What did you actually try to do? Did you boost any posts, or did you try posting CTAs, and kind of did it work and all that stuff?
I boosted a lot of posts, and to be honest, I didn't get a lot of results from it. I was always doing stories. I was running it with nothing in place. I was just posting stories. I didn't even post reels, really. I did the odd reel, but even my setup, which you made me realise, my reel setup was awful. And my background wasn't looking good.
It was a curtain. It was a blue curtain. It was random. I was like, no, bro. No.
So I think you just opened my mind to like actually doing it properly. And obviously, I never did any proper research on like running a course or anything like that. I kind of just jumped in. Like I said, I originally started just helping my mates. So it's been a big change, to be honest, but it's great.
Makes sense. And I remember our call, the call that we were on, you were so hesitant. You were scared, and it's like, yo, this program's expensive, and it is, right? It's very, very high ticket. It's premium. What were you actually worried about at that point, and kind of what got you over the edge to actually like want to join?
I knew it's what I needed to do, because obviously I saw myself. I was stuck at, you know, making 1K, 5K, 10K. I was never, you know, scaling up. Essentially, I was just getting lucky with people joining. It felt like, I think I was hesitant because, you know, I've never spent so much on a program before, and obviously you provide a service. And in my head, you know, I've never paid for this. I don't know if it's going to pay off. But I knew it's exactly what I needed to do. I needed these systems in place. I needed to take that leap, essentially. And it's just like when people come to me, they need to take the leap to change their life. So I knew I had to do it, and it's exactly what I preach myself. So that's why I went for it. But I was hesitant, you know. You never know.
Bro, it was scary, you know. It was scary. And I think every big investment that you make within your business is just so like, you know, oh, what if it doesn't go to plan? But what if it does? You know, I always ask people that, like, what if it does? Then you're making X amount, you know, you completely change your life. You're making so much money. And the thing about this coaching business compared to Amazon FBA, the profit margins are damn near 100%, right? How are the profit margins compared to the FBA?
Yeah, like my expenses are, I can't even think of one expense. You know what I mean?
I pay for software.
Yeah, it is. So it's great. I think, you know, if anyone has an offer, they should be constantly looking to scale it up, because it's such a good opportunity for people.
Exactly. This coaching stuff is insane, man. It's insane. And obviously you invested, you kind of took that leap of faith, you joined, you put your trust in me. And what was your initial impression when you joined the program? You kind of talked to the guys, you saw the Discord wins. What was your impression when you first joined?
Insane. You know, as soon as I joined, I knew I joined something good. And I think for me, the amount of systems that you had in place, it was overwhelming for me because I've never had any system in place. But I knew that was good because, you know, I knew so much is about to go on. And it's insane. Sui's got so much going on in there. And it's like endless stuff. It's like, I can't even keep up. It's like all these things one after another. And something I actually really like about you keep everyone accountable, you know, like really accountable. You're on everyone's case, and it's something I like to do with my program, but you're constantly, you know, pushing everyone to do better. And if they don't, you're messaging them, you're pecking their head about it, which is really good. It's what everyone
Exactly. And I think that's the way it should be. Bro, a lot of people prioritize, a lot of coaches and business owners, they prioritize their service. They just want to sell it over and over again. No one-on-ones. But bro, we've hopped on so many one-on-ones. I FaceTime you sometimes. And whenever, like when you're going through that rut, when you're going through that phase, you know, and all that stuff, all those personal things happening, I was like keeping up with you and everything. And I think that kind of accountability alone is just super important for client success and everything. It's so fucking important, you know, when you have someone in your corner just kind of chirping at you and making sure that you're doing what you need to do. You're getting back on track when you get sidetracked. That's what it comes down to. And I think I think you did a ton of work, but you also could have done way more, which is why I actually think we could have hit like 50, 60 cash, bro. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah. There was 1 week where I slacked a little bit, making the VSL, things like that.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, well, the problem I'm having is obviously I'm running the Amazon FBA business myself, and from Friday now I'm outsourcing all that. I've already sorted it all out, so my head is completely going to be straight onto this, and that's what I needed to do. That's what I needed to do.
Yeah, I just told Patrick because we came up with goals for next month. Obviously, it's August 1st as we're filming this. The goal for August is to maintain this month and then also hit 50K cash and then ideally 60, 70K rev, right? And I told Patrick, like, you're going to make more money with this coaching business than your Amazon FBA. That's just the reality of it because of the profit margins, how easy it is to scale, and, you know, the MRR you build because we did that upsell. Like, it's such a insane business model that not people just understand yet. But once they get their foot in the door, it's like insane, you know? But just so the audience kind of knows, Patrick actually sold a bunch of people on the $700 program because that was what you were selling before. Can I talk to them about how many people were upsells? Like, how do we come up with that upsell? And then how many people were like new people that actually bought the high ticket program that you were selling?
Yeah, well, I originally started at £200. I'm not even sure if you know this. I started selling the program at £200 when I first started, and then I put it up to 500 and then 750. And I was I felt stuck at that 750 spot. So I don't know, I couldn't feel like I could charge more because even some people didn't have the money to pay 750. But yeah, then Sui told me to put my price up and it worked a treat. I mean, for me now, I only need to get a few people rather than, I think it's 3 people at the price I charge now compared to I would have had to get 12 people to match that. And then, yeah, we came up with a really good upsell where I source products for people. You know, I get a nice cut of all that. And yeah, I mean, every prospect that even joins my program, I know that in the future I can upsell them.
Exactly. And it's beautiful, right? We're increasing client LTV. Your LTV used to be at 750. We bumped that. I think I told you, and you were not sure. You were like unconfident. You're like, bro, are you sure about this? I told you just fuck it up. Just trust me. You charged. I think the next sales call you did, you charged him 3K. The guy paid you a 1K times 3 split payment. How'd that feel after you kind of like actually charged that amount?
Yeah, even telling the guy that it was 3,000, I was like, but you know, once people started saying, yeah, I realised that how undervalued I was charging the program because 750 for the actual work that I put in and what I offer people. You know, I've got some people hitting 100K rev a month, and I mean, 3,000. What is that when you're making 100 grand a month? Do you know what I mean? So
exactly.
It's insane.
And the 3K was just kind of like that's what I wanted you to do, and bro, we're gonna bump it up to 4K pounds, so that's like 5K US very, very soon. And it's just the beginning. 3K was just a jump that you needed to make, and now that you broke past that limiting belief that you couldn't charge that much, then we're just gonna keep on increasing it until our closing rate's around 40%. Because their closing rate is sky high right now. People are wanting your stuff because of the offer sheet, the way you present it, the way that you go about the sales call. So yeah, it's insane, bro. It's insane, and you know it's good that we're charging that much. I wanted to ask as well, what is the difference between a 700-pound client and a 3,000-pound client? Like, what's the fulfillment like? How is it like dealing with a client that pays more? Is it more work, or I want your thoughts on this?
I think because what I offer is the same. What I find is the people who have paid more, they're more motivated because in their head so obviously £3,000 is a lot of money to the average person working a 9 to 5 or they've saved up to get there. I think they're a lot more motivated to go ahead and do it, and that's what I love. So it's actually better for me to have these clients who have paid it rather than someone who's paid 700 and they kind of fizzle out. Because it's what I say to a lot of people as well. It's like the gym. You know, you go to the gym, you stay consistent. If you stop for a day, you know, you get into a spiral of not going and then your month's behind. And I feel like a lot of people who did pay this 750, they're not too bothered about doing well. Whereas the people with 3,000, they have to in a way. They feel like they have to. So it's better for me. It's better for them. You know, it motivates everyone.
And that's the thing, right? You charge higher, you attract better clients, you make more money, and you actually work less. If you think about it, the guys that pay you 3K, they don't bug you as much as the guys that pay you 700. There's like a meme. The guys that pay like 10K is like, set, what do I need to do next or whatever. And then the guys that pay like 500, they're like, brother, this is super scary for me. This is, you know, life-changing money. I hope we really make it out, whatever. What do I need to do? What can you do to help me? And it's just a completely different type of client to work with. Obviously, I'm charging high ticket, and so the only clients I want to work with is the guys that really know their stuff. They already have a foundation, and they just want to scale to the moon just like that. And those are the guys that generate the most results because they pay a lot of attention, and they ask less questions. It's so much less stress when you're dealing with guys that pay more money, right? Do you notice that?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So it's a game changer, bro. It's a game changer. And obviously, you tried a lot of things in the past, like boosting posts. What do you think was different about this program for you and your business? Was it the systems or was it something else? The one-on-one?
Yeah,
what was it?
I mean, boosting posts at the end of the day don't really do much. You get a couple thousand views on the videos or the reels anyway. But I mean, I was posting reels with the horrible curtains over there. It didn't matter if I boost it. I think the systems and the structure of everything, whether you boost it or not, matter way more in a way, which I just didn't have in place. So I think now with the systems that I implement from you, maybe boosting would help. But obviously, soon enough, we're getting into paid advertisement, things like that, which I'm excited for. I mean, that'll really take it to the next level. Like before, I saw no vision in moving forward with it, but obviously now we're joining with you. Literally, I can see things so clearly. I can see how everything's going to play out going forward, which is, for me, it's a huge thing because I rely on this. Obviously, I rely on my Amazon FBA, but it's not like I've got the comfortability of, you know, getting a wage at the end of the month. It all relies on me. And now that I see constant growth and I see the vision, it makes me feel a lot better. I feel like I can give people more because I feel better in the way everything's going.
Exactly. And that's the thing, right? A lot of people are just aimlessly kind of doing things and they don't know why they're doing it. They don't know how they do it. They don't know what to implement at first. And I think on our first like warm up call, that's like our onboarding call basically, I mapped out your next 120 days and you were like, holy shit, okay, let's fucking do it. You know, and that's why you kind of just, you know, the phase one, which is cash injection, with everyone that joins, we try to get them as much money in the first week as possible. You already made like what? Obviously, besides after the holiday, because you joined before the holiday, and then after your holiday, we kind of really got started. That first week, I think you collected like 10K or something like that, just off the cash injection series. And you had, how many followers do you have? You have 8K, right?
On Instagram, I've got about 9. Yeah, Instagram. Just under 10K, I think, followers.
Just under 10K. Bro, think first month of actually having systems, we made you made 40K with 10K followers. Yeah. That's ridiculous. You know, some guys don't even make that of 100K. And so just imagine when we run paid ads when you were posting content consistently, because you weren't doing it that much before, right? You weren't, and you know how much the reels help you now. And so, the process definitely helped. Huh? And for a lot of people that are actually like stuck at that 5 to 10K mark, like you were before, can you pinpoint anything specific that you actually did to help you break through that 10K mark, that 10K barrier, and actually achieve like 40K in 30 days? Or was there anything that you did specifically so you can let them know, that the people that are stuck at 10K?
I think literally structuring everything out and having the systems in place and tracking everything more. And things like appointment setting, because I was messaging people, like past leads who I spoke to maybe a little bit. I'd message them and just say, do you want to join or not? Do you know what I mean? Like, my appointment setting was awful. Now, you know, I know the right way to go about things. So I think it's just a mix of everything and just having a proper structure to it with the right systems, the right software. because obviously we use Go High Level, Notion, things like that, which I never had things like this before, and I can just track everything way smoother. I just know what's going on. I feel like before this, when I was stuck at 5 to 10k, I didn't even know what was going on. Like I didn't have everything's just in the top of my head, no calendar, anything.
Crazy. I don't know how you did that. Hey, but you still made 5 to 10k. That's decent.
No, it's all right.
Well, what would you say is like, because obviously it's a huge change. What was the biggest lesson you actually got from being inside, just hopping on one-on-ones, group calls, talking to the guys in the community? What was the biggest lesson that you got from the program?
I think knowing that it's possible to take it further, especially when I joined and seeing other people literally doing what I do, but doing way better than me. I think for me that was a bit of a flip in my head. You know, I was like, 'cause I felt so stuck. But, you know, seeing and being able to talk to these people, seeing how they get from here to there, you know, I think that's a big lesson for me, seeing other people and knowing that it is possible.
It's the proximity, right? It's how close you are to people that are already at where you want to be. And I think when you saw Rahul, you know, doing those 20, 30K months, when you saw Victor getting, you know, 8K payments and everything, like you were like, okay, I'm not that different from them. I have I have kind of a similar coaching offer. We have the same guidance. We have the same community. We have the same strategies. What's stopping me from doing that? You know,
Yeah,
so when you have that like kind of idea and you have the guidance and you have everyone just helping you out, it's almost inevitable, and you kind of make it. It almost seems real because you're talking to these guys and like these guys are making 20, 30K a month. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like the same for people who join like my program. Like every one of my members, no one's any different to anyone. You know, it don't matter whether you went to school, it don't matter whether you've got GCSEs, A levels, whatever. You know, no one's different. You're getting taught by the same person. Everyone's getting the same knowledge. Everyone's implementing the same systems. If someone else can do it, you can do it. Do you know what I mean? So I think that was a big lesson for me, I think, realizing that.
Yeah, I remember I used like the top guys in the program, like Rahul, Victor. I was like, bro, these guys are killing it. You have all the tools that you need to be able to achieve these type of numbers. And within the first 30 days, you blew it out the park. So now I'm kind of using you, like, you know, when someone joins the program, I'm like, okay, you see Patrick, you see Rahul, you see Patrick made 40K in his first 30 days with the systems, with the strategies and everything. You have whatever it takes to get to this point. You just have to actually put in the work, you know? And the crazy thing is like, our community is tight-knit, bro. It's tight-knit. You know, everyone's kind of talking to each other. Everyone's celebrating each other's wins. And everything. So the proximity is a big one for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's what they say about networking. Your network is your net worth. And I think it's so true. Yeah. In any business, you need to be talking to people. I think seeing people do better than you, for me especially, like when I was first starting business and I saw someone drive past in a nice car, I'm like, shit, why don't I have one of them?
It's a proximity. And so what was your favorite part? Was your favorite part kind of the group calls or the one-on-ones, the videos? What was your favorite part about it?
I think my favorite part is just being involved with everything and implementing everything and seeing the vision. I love the group calls. Yeah. I mean, I think I've missed a few of them recently, but you know, jumping on and just I love getting knowledge, especially from people who know what to do. That's something big for me. Yeah. I love sitting there and listening and, you know, learning stuff on how I can improve my own business. So I think that's a big part for me.
We're gonna kind of slowly wrap it up here. What's next for you? You know, obviously you're at 40K. What's the plan? What do you want to hit in the next maybe 3-6 months that we're working together? And then how do you plan on achieving that?
You know, when I first joined, I was like, I'd be happy with 10 grand consistently, but
I remember you said that.
Yeah, but you've smashed it out of the park for me. So I don't know, 50 grand consistently, 100 grand consistently, monthly, and I think I'd be more than happy with that. And now that I'm part of it, now that I'm involved and I'm doing it, I can definitely see 100 grand monthly coming. Do you know what I mean? Exactly. If I stay on top of everything you're telling me, it's you know, because from 5 grand monthly to 50 grand in a month in my first 30 days. That's a way bigger jump than 50 grand to 100 grand, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
So exactly. It's only around the corner.
Yeah. The foundation, the systems, the knowledge, everything is already set up. Your offers is much more attractive. And we're bumping up that offer, by the way. We're bumping it up to minimum 4 or 5K pounds. We're not keeping it at 3K long. And just everything, bro. We already gone through the hard part, which is actually scaling past the mark that you were stuck at, which is the hard part for a lot of people. Now comes the easy part where you actually scale, from 40, 50 to even 100 or whatever it is. So that's going to be fun. And obviously maintaining that. It's one thing to hit these kind of marks, but it's another thing to maintain. And so, well, for anyone kind of watching, that's been watching my YouTube, because I have a decent amount of subscribers and everything. I only have 1K. But for anyone that's been kind of watching the channel for a while, they've been kind of consuming my content. What would you say to those guys that have kind of been thinking about joining the program, but they're still on the fence and they're still kind of hesitant?
Well, if you've got a coaching business, I'm telling you right now, and if you're in my position where you're stuck at what you're making, you need to do something. Don't just sit there thinking you can do it yourself, because you can't. I thought that, and that's why I was skeptical about joining. I thought, whatever he knows, I can find online. You can't. To have the systems in place that Sui has, you won't find it anywhere. I've never seen it anywhere else. So just go for it. It might be high ticket, but I can guarantee you it will pay off. 100%. Just do it.
Yes, sir.
Message Sui.
And you can talk to Patrick. And you can talk to Patrick and everyone in the program.
Talk to me.
It'll be fun. But yeah, brother, I appreciate you. This kind of recording was sick. I'm glad I interviewed you. Insane. I barely do interviews after 30 days of joining the program, but you left me no choice. So this was fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Where can you check you out? Where can they message you and follow you?
What's that? All right. So my Instagram _Patland. If you're working a 9 to 5, anything like that, if you don't have a coaching business, come to me. We'll get you started with Amazon FBA. My offer is amazing. So thanks to Sui.
Yes, sir. The offer is insane, bro. So talk to me about the offer. What do you kind of offer, and what do you do for them?
Yeah, so Amazon FBA, it's an amazing business model. I started with £500, and in my first year with Amazon FBA, I did £300,000.
There you go.
FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon, which means Amazon do all the work for you. They do all the fulfillment, customer service, storage, things like that. And I teach everything A to Z on Amazon FBA. I put all the systems in place. I've got systems in place to make it passive income if you wanted to, or whatever position you're in life. And, even I've changed people's lives. I took people from working a 9 to 5 where they're unhappy to now making $100,000 a month with Amazon FBA, traveling the world. Got multiple people in Australia, America, Thailand, obviously plenty in England. So if you do want to change your life, if you want to get out of the 9 to 5, but you don't have a coaching business, then come to me. I'm the guy. We'll get you sorted.
Patrick's, his offer is insane. We looked into it. We kind of dialed in some fulfillment systems, and there's a reason why he has like a 70% close rate in his offer. When people hear about the systems and the client results that he's generated, insane. So check him out if you're looking to start something along the lines of an Amazon FBA business. And yeah, follow him on Instagram. Check out some of my YouTube videos. And if you guys are interested in kind of working together, feel free to book a call down below. It's a call with me actually personally, and just kind of chopping it up and seeing if it's a good fit for you. So Patrick, appreciate your time, brother. Anything else you want to say?
No.
Nothing? Awesome.
Everyone needs to get busy. Start changing your life.
50K next month. All right. Take care, guys. Appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.